Hey, this is DecoyNoise, and today we're going over more Am I the Antagonist and Am I the Antagonist for bringing up my sister's divorce during an argument? So as the world gets crazier and crazier, you owe it to yourself to take 2 breaks a day by subscribing to DecoyNoise with the notifications on, because we're going to be looking at stories just like this every single day, and it's going to make us feel better to judge some online strangers and their drama. So OP wrote, she's a 20-year-old female, boyfriend, Ty, a 22-year-old male, is very skinny. He gets shamed for not being muscular, and I can see how much it affects him. He's always trying so hard to make himself look better, because people would always comment on how he can't protect me from danger looking like that. This is BS in my opinion. I love him more than anything in this world, and I love him for himself. I don't need him to fight for me or whatever crap. My oldest sister, Nia, a 29-year-old female, loves skinny shaming him. She does this all the time when she meets us. For example, "Oh my god, Ty, you look skinnier than the last time I saw you. Eat, Ty, no one's going to steal your food." I know it hurts him, but he doesn't stand up for himself because she's my sister. He doesn't want to break our bond or look rude in front of my family. I've told her that so many times in private not to make comments like this because she's ruining his self-esteem, and he's handsome and perfect to me. I didn't stop her in front of him because I didn't want him thinking that he's weak or anything, but Nia would always laugh it off as a joke. Yesterday, she made a similar comment about his weight during dinner, and I snapped. I called her a jerk and told her that I finally understood why her husband left her, because she's a bully and just trash. Nia was in tears after hearing my comments and called me the antagonist for bringing up her divorce, and I knew how much it broke her heart. I feel bad for my sister's divorce, but I can't just let her bully my boyfriend. Ty said maybe I went a bit overboard with my insults, but he's very grateful that I stood up for him. Am I the antagonist here? So as always, gotta rush the case over to Decoy Court right now to give you my knee-jerk reaction to this situation. And honestly, with this particular story, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't think it makes the boyfriend Ty look weak. Maybe because I'm also kind of a skinny guy, but I don't think it makes him look weak for not wanting to stand up for an older sister in a shouting match over dinner. It just, he doesn't want to rock the boat, and he's being polite in that sense. And the thing is, though, is a lot of the times on DecoyNoise, I guess over here, we're a little bit more callous than most, but it's like, you know, don't start none, won't be none, and that's the situation. Is if the sister just shut her mouth and just learned how to coexist with other people, I don't want to start blaming her, but it's like maybe your husband would be around still, maybe not, who knows. But the thing is, though, is for OP to bring that up, there's got to be a tinge of reality behind it, because, you know, one of those situations where not a lot of people want to be around someone that's constantly berating people around them. So it's hard to say, because now I'm just starting to imagine things in my head as to why it offended her so much. But, you know, it doesn't seem like OP just brought this argument and threw that in her face unless she was defending her boyfriend, which it just makes sense right now. But obviously, we got to take this to Decoy Court. We need a decoy defense. So what's the most absurd way we could defend the sister over here? And it's like, maybe OP is just always shaming the boyfriend Ty and trying to make him get skinnier and not feeding him. And, you know, she's really obsessed to a very thin frame guy. So, you know, he doesn't want to defend himself. He doesn't want to do that because he's actively trying to make himself unhealthily skinny. And the sister Nia is just being like, hey, look, you should eat. You're looking even thinner. Are you okay? Maybe it was a general concern. And then OP was like, how dare you try to make my boyfriend healthy right now because I like him this drastically thin. So I guess that would be the decoy defense. That's the only thing I can think of right now. But I'm going to go ahead and say with this word here in Decoy Court, the actual judgment we're given, no antagonist here. Like, yes, it's inappropriate for her to bring that up, and yeah, I think that's a bit much of a overreaction. Like, OP's comments are way, way worse than Nia's comments towards her, but hey, don't start none, won't be none, and she kind of had it coming. But as always, we'll take the short break right now before we get to those top comments, because I don't want that to change our opinion as a Decoy Cory. Let me know what you're thinking down in the comment section right now, and then we can kind of learn. Maybe you edit your comment or add another comment if you read something in the top comments or the controversial comments that makes you change your mind. But let's go ahead and get to that top comment right now. So the top comment was, not the antagonist. If she can dish it out, she should be able to take it. Thanks for the good laugh, though, OP. And the next reply was, she cried and it hurt her feeling because it was most likely true. She's wrong. How dare she get mad when someone talks about an event in her past, but she can sit on her high horse and downright degrade the heck out of someone else. Maybe she knows what it's like and she'll stop. Absolutely the antagonist. You, dear, are amazing. God bless you and your boyfriend. Hopefully you two will continue being positive and good to each other. You are not the antagonist. So the only thing that I think that is bizarre about that comment right there is how much patting on the back that commenter gave to OP. But you know, I agree wholeheartedly with both things that they were saying. So, oh my gosh, the buttons aren't working. So the next reply was, not the antagonist. Don't pick at other people's vulnerabilities if you can't handle yours being picked at back. Very true. The next reply was, and maybe she needed to hear that. Maybe your husband left her for reasons unrelated to this, but I doubt she will be get someone nice while being a bully. Which is true. It's one of those situations where, like, you know, all of us have the knee-jerk inclination to say, hey, let's just judge her for the things that she's doing, and, like, you know, fill in the blanks to make us feel better about judging the sister. But even if it wasn't the reason the husband left, it's still got to be a thing that's holding her back from happiness right now. Just being the person that's like, no one wants to be judged all the time by random people. So let's go ahead and read the next reply saying, not the antagonist. You were protecting your sweetheart of a boyfriend, and not the antagonist. She was jealous that you had a man. Skinny men are awesome because I am one. Last time at the doctor, I took my shirt off and she asked if I wanted a bird with the cage I was wearing. Oh my God. Wait, the doctor said that to that person? That's super messed up. But okay, that reply was actually pretty good. And the thing is, though, is I guess that kind of goes into the thing where it's okay to shame someone for being too thin, but not okay to shame somebody for being too heavy. And that is a bizarre double standard we've kind of leaned into right now. But I mean, I kind of get where it comes from, but I guess we're detracting from the real story. Let's go ahead and get to some controversial comments right now where they said, everyone sucks here a little. Your sister definitely sucks for picking on your boyfriend. You suck a little for not cutting this off sooner and letting it boil over into a shouting match. And the idea is, I think that it's controversial because I think OP in private, not in front of the boyfriend to try to like emasculate him, tried to sit the sister down and saying, hey, no more making fun of my boyfriend's weight. That's not okay. He's not comfortable with it. Blah, 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 you know, doing that. And then it boiled over where she was just not going to sit down and watch her berate her boyfriend one more time. So OP finally, like, you know, blew up at her. I don't think that's her fault because she gave her more than one a chance to make this right by not making fun of the boyfriend anymore. But let's go ahead and read this reply that got lots of downvotes saying, everyone sucks here. She shouldn't have been talking about your boyfriend like that. You didn't need to talk about her deserving the divorce. Two wrongs don't make it right. If she can't hold her tongue, then don't talk to her. And that's the thing, is I think that sometimes you have to hold some boundaries. I'm not saying that this is the animal kingdom, but it's with, you know, you have two dogs and they're getting to know each other and they're like play fighting. Once one of them goes too far, the other one has to snap back saying, hey, that's too much. Otherwise, they just never communicate, like, you know, what are the boundaries between, you know, fun playing, play fighting, and actual fighting. I know that's a bad analogy on the spot I'm making right now, but the thing is, though, is at some point in time, the regular amount of communication that OP was giving the sister wasn't enough because she just continued to do it. Should she have gotten to that point? No, I think that the older sister should have had a reasonable response the first time, saying like, okay, yeah, you don't like hearing that, or you don't like when I make fun of your brother or boyfriend. So the sister should have said, okay, I understand, and respected OP's wishes to not have her, you know, criticize her boyfriend's weight. That should have been the end of it, but, you know, they got to that point. Let's go ahead and read one more top controversial comment, though, saying, everyone sucks here. You should have stood up for him the first time. Then it wouldn't have dragged out to the point and fewer people would have been hurt in the moment. And I don't like the idea that you have to, you know, criticize OP for teaching the sister a lesson, when I think that the OP was trying to do it the entire time, not in front of the boyfriend, but just say, hey, I don't like it, hey, I don't like it, hey, I don't like it. Okay, I tried you know, we tried to reason, we tried to have an adult conversation, you know, sister to sister. Now we're gonna have an argument because you won't listen. What's the language that you speak? Oh, shame is what you speak, because shame is what you're trying to shove in my boyfriend all the time. Here, this is gonna be the final moment where you're gonna understand what it means to feel sad about things. Should she brought up the divorce? Yeah, probably not. But I mean, that was probably her only option at that point in time, because the sister wasn't listening to her. So I don't want to go into the whole thing where did she deserve being yelled at like that? But I mean, I understand where she's coming from. So make sure you guys are leaving me your thoughts and comments down below in the section, because oftentimes I can be wrong and maybe I'm missing an entirely different position or argument from this thing and I just didn't see it. But I'm always open to opinions. But as always, if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you hanging out with me. You're seeing the celebration music, you're seeing the hearts and the thumbs ups. Make sure you thumbs up in the video and maybe sharing it with somebody you think might like the channel, because it's a hard sell for me to tell somebody like, yeah, I read Reddit videos and I kind of emote my responses. I read some top comments, give my thoughts. It's kind of a podcast, kind of a commentary channel. You just have to experience it for yourself. So share it with somebody you know, or if nothing else, put this on autoplay and watch the next episode of DecoyNoise coming up next.